go. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Cleveland Browns.
Come on, baby. Let's go. This is it. You ain't take. Okay, double up. Kill.
On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Watson with a give to Miller. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Watson. That's caught by his tight end, Trevon Wesco. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. On 4th down, it's Trevor Daniel to punt. Back deep for the Browns, Antonio Callaway. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Check 31. Check.
Run. Check 6-6. Pull it high.
And Callaway taking it in left side. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
2nd and 9 now from the 21.
Give me that ball, defense.
Here's Mayfield. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll get him down here at the 23. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big gain.
Good. 180. Pistol.
Focus, defense, focus. Tighten up.
Pistol. Kings. Golf.
41 Mike.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away.
Come on now, let's go. At their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Watson on first down. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Watson. Flush to his right. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Where's the set? 19. Check. 53. Mud. Check. On the go.
Throwing again on second down. Watson, completion left side to Miller. It'll be a gain of 4. And all of a sudden here, it's third down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
To the right side and complete to Thomas. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be fourth down. So on fourth down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. This from 54 yards away. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The Browns drive about to get started. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Mayfield. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. It's a first down on a gain of 10. When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Hey, alert, 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 alert.
Check 99. Check 99.
Done. Done.
Now a play fake here on first down. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. J.J. Watt in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. I was waiting for them to get there first because the momentum they carried from last week, unbelievable. They had a snowman, 8 sacks.
You were surprised that it took this long, and this isn't that long, truthfully. But here's the thing. If you've seen that on tape, your offensive line is going to have to ask for help. Tight end has to stay in. If you use a fullback, keep him in. Make sure you have extra people to try and keep your quarterback upright. Didn't work on that play.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 5 now. Mayfield. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd
No score after one on EA Sports. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football. And they're driving, but they come up on a 3rd and short here.
Good. 180.
41 Mike. Hey, they're scared. They're scared. Switch.
Pistol.
Now a give right side. Bradley. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th. 4th down, and on is Greg Joseph for the Browns field goal. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And this is not going to be anywhere close. No good. Way wide to the left. And this will remain a scoreless game. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it.
Now it's Watson. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down.
And we got to get to the ball, D. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Out of the gun, Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Myles Garrett in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Now after the loss, they come up 2nd and 11 from the 19-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Good. 180.
Check 41. You don't want none. You don't get it. Pick up the ball.
Alert. What's up?
Working out of the gun, Mayfield eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
under the category of obvious. You hate giving up a first down on 3rd and long. And somehow, he finds his way downfield and picks it up.
Yeah, if you look at the coverage defensively, oh, this is great, but no one accounted for him at the quarterback spot.
At some point, you actually have to tackle him and get him on the ground short of the first down marker. Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Watch right. Hey, hey.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
That's taken in by Callaway. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
On first down, it's Bradley. Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, it's Bradley fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Mike Daniels makes the tackle.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Slam.
Real.
Check 4. SOS.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. He was looking for Landry that time. That'll bring up 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10.
Safety's creeping. Check three.
And he's got this one complete to Callaway. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
Hey, alert! Topper!
He runs. Wide. Get wide. Under 10. 10.
On 3rd down, Bradley. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. You're down 3 under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But, boy, getting into field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. The Texans on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Play it. 58, boy, 58, Mike. And that QB's trash. Let's go. Shoot. 36.
Watson going up top. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Watch the pass. Watch twins. Slam.
Throwing again is Watson. Trying to lay one up deep. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. DeAndre Hopkins, once again, the intended target. 3rd down here. The Texans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Watson, option left. He may try and run for this. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. So we've reached halftime. All we have to show for the first half, a lone field goal. 3-0 our score. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, this will be fielded at the 6. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Texans scoop it. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
When you kick off and you go downfield and get the ball back, that's what I call a great opportunity.
In a one-score game, I always circle, and you know this, but in my play-by-play sheet, I circle big plays. It could be turning points. This could be a turning point.
Did you put a second circle around this one? This is pretty big.
I put a star. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
Ricky. Hey, check 24. Check 24.
Run.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Bradley, and no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Hey, 4-1's Mike.
Hey, alert 33.
It's our time. 41's the Mike.
Run.
Check 41.
Hurry.
Out.
Real.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Check the out. 58 to Mike. 58 to Mike. Hey, watch the slant.
Watson now to throw. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Myles Garrett, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans.
44's to Mike. 44's to Mike. Go. Check 52. Check. Lucky. 44. Go.
3rd and long, it's Watson. Miller on the catch over the middle. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as he's on to kick it away. Returnable here for Callaway. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Mike Daniels in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Mayfield now. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Sponge. No.
Up. Regular.
He's coming, double up.
From the gun, Mayfield escaping the pressure right. Big hold of the 30 and all the way up to the 33-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's fourth down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go. Because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off.
14. First down, Houston.
This is set. 19.
Mike, 58, right there. Down to lose one.
He's crashing. He's checking clear things. Line up.
They'll run it now. This is Charkandrick West. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
On 2nd down and 4, Watson to the right side, complete to Miller. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
At 24.
58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic.
Here we go.
Check.
Watch the shift. Hey,
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Myles Garrett in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. The Texans send the punter out. He's been terrific so far. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Bradley. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
180! They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They
Mayfield on 3rd and 2. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. I tell you what, it's kind of hard to imagine. They have not scored a single point, and yet they're in this position, a touchdown drive here, and they're in the lead.
Normally, when you have 0 on your side of the ledger on the scoreboard, you're a little bit discouraged. But when they look over and see their opponents, they don't see a number that's way out there. They don't see a number they can't attain. In fact, they can get it right here on this drive and potentially take the lead.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Better bring it. You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it.
6 guys, check 6 guys. He's checked out.
Here's Watson. Going for the deep ball. It got his man complete. A gain there of 30 big ones.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Alert 3. Quick dash. Come.
Here's Watson. He gets it to Thomas. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10.
Check 3.
Back to throw, Watson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Demarius Randall.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for them. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who have had the receivers on lockdown.
Point it right.
Undercrush.
They'll run on 1st down. Bradley. Jamal Sheard on the stop. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run.
Check your hot read.
Up.
No. Off.
On 3rd down, it's Bradley. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
Hey, alert. Watch out.
1st down, Mayfield. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Christian Kirksey in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack.
58 for Mike, 58. 58 for Mike.
I got him.
Shift. Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
Another try after the first down sack. Watson, man open. That's Kiki QT, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
First down, Houston.
Watson now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10. Play action for Miller. Now Watson. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hopkins. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a first and 10 as they search for a late score. On first down, it's Watson. This one middle of the field. It's Waring, the tight end. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Watson now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's first and 10. Watson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Watson now to throw. And Thomas has it. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. Now Watson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Aaron Colvin there to make the tackle. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And again, it's Chubb. Powers through him. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's a gain of 3 there, and that should be just about all she wrote.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Mike.
180.
Man, that's trash. That's trash.
We play to win.
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And not all W's are created equal, CD, and this one came in shutout fashion.
Well, their offense certainly didn't need to do anything, right? They could take the day off, and they did. But the defense, they carried them in a big way.
Yeah, look, the offense obviously stuff to work on, but they did enough, and the defense carried the load.
But you know what they say? It's always fun to work on things. If it didn't go well in your game, with a victory in your pocket. And that's what they've got going forward.
So for Cleveland, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for the Texans,